Okay, sir, I'm gonna be ranting about this bitch who ruined my whole relationship with my ex. Yay. Anyway, so we're gonna call her Mousy, and it started with her joining the GC me and my at the time boyfriend were in, and it happened to be right after another problematic person just left. Anyways, she was making jokes about how me and my ex were little babies, and that we were little and childish blah blah blah, and so I was like, hey, that's not very nice, and my ex was like, chill, it was funny, when okay, it hurt my feelings, but my feelings are a toy, right? Yeah. So later, I think it was that day, when everyone was asleep, me and her, we're still chatting, and so I said something as a joke not knowing about the /SRS/J whatever those are called, and she was like, that was mean what? And she told me about those things, so I used them after every sentence, because she got mad at me for not, and then got annoyed and said I'm autistic, not stupid. Okay? Yeah, dude, 5 minutes ago you got mad at me for not using those. What the fuck? So then that night she was like, I'm leaving the GC, bye, and then I felt bad, because I thought I did something to her, and she came back for a bit, and then my friend had to get rid of Discord, and so I was super sad, and Mousy said, can't you just see her in real life? So I explained I was germophobic. Mind you, my friend gets sick so often that I see her, and the next day she's sick. That bitch had the audacity to say it's just germs, you'll be fine, Pepper. Yeah, okay, so that's just a moth, you'll be fine, you fucking bitch. Like, what the fuck? Who just says things like that? Do you want me to show you a fucking moth? Fuck you, Mousy. Another thing is that she's a red panda therian, and she said she was a lesser panda, which okay, sure, what I say is fucked up, but I said like that's a red panda and we were arguing so bad my ex had to step in. Honestly, thinking back, that was a silly thing to argue about, but whatever, lol. Don't get me wrong, I've said some shitty things too, but she barely apologized, and when she did, she didn't mean it. And if my ex is somehow watching this, please note that I regret the things I have said. But him not taking back what I said about Mousy being a bitch, and that I told Yaru. Anyways, there's a lot more to this story, but this was last year in fall, so I don't remember it very well, but it was still fucked up. But anyways, bye broskies.
And I met you in the summer.